YouTube, it's your man George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Well, it's been a little quiet. I hadn't done a lot of female bodybuilding content. I've been doing some quite a few bodybuilding contests. I try to keep y'all up on what's going on with the sport, with so many cancellations of shows, and it's just and some shows being pushed and moved around because of the whole situation. But it's time for me to get back to what I like to do, and let's talk about the ladies of the sport. I have one here was one Miss Michaela Aycock. Now, Miss Aycock started her career in the early, around about early 2014, 2013. She is a young competitor. I think she was around her 20s, something like that. And she started competing as a figure competitor. And later on, she moved up to physique, and then this past year she competed at the Tampa Bay Pro as a bodybuilder. She took fourth place. But recently I follow certain MMA fan pages, and they've been there's been mentioned that she might have just decided to get out of the sport of bodybuilding altogether. Now, I got this message she wrote. It's on her IG and also on her Facebook page. I'll put the Facebook page in the description. And it's kind of I think it's like a goodbye letter in a way. Now, I'm not gonna read all of it. This is how much as I got from it. You can quit on anything and everything in life except yourself. You do not need approval or acceptance from anyone to quit. And to any task, job, sport, endeavor, anything that's causing you so much stress that you want to quit on yourself entirely. If you're going through something that is weighing so heavy on you that you feel the option to relieve and get rid of the problem is to quit on yourself. Well, being a fan of the sport for many years, I've seen this happen quite often, especially with younger competitors, which has so much promise and potential, that they decided that with so much going on, the stress of it, working out, diet, also financial, medical, it really just gets onto them, and they realize this is more of a burden than anything. And Aycock, if you follow Amy Aycock, like I said, Michaela Aycock, like I said, I put her social media in the description, and she has a great physique, a great body. She's kind of pint sized. She's kind of stout. Great upper body. She needs a little work on the legs. Not a lot of size there, but she had a lot of potential to be a great uppercomer. As I said before, she was competing a good amount of time as a physique competitor. She originally was in figure. Then she altered to physique. She turned pro back in 2015, and then her best showing was the IFBB Orlando Europa, which took third. She took first place in physique at the 2015 Toronto Super Show. Then she competed at the Olympia, which took 16th place. Then she competed at the 2017 Toronto Tampa Bay Pro, which took third. And her one of that year in 2017, her biggest showing was the Hurricane Pro, which took first. Then competed at the Schwarzenegger Classic in 2018, took fourth place, and won the Hawaiian Pro, which took first place in physique. And the Hawaiian Pro was a show that took a place of the Puerto Rico Pro after Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico really hard. Then she took sixth place in the Olympia that year. And then at the Chicago Pro of 2019, she took 12th. And then she decided, I think she decided, sometimes judges would tell them that, hey, maybe you should go over to bodybuilding. That's what she did. She went to bodybuilding. But I think she feels that now, she feels she don't have a purpose. I think bodybuilding is the women are much bigger. And I know there's been quite some time, there's a lot of physique women been pushed from physique to bodybuilding, so they can change push the narrative that, smaller girls, whatever, they tell a lot of physique girls that you're too big for bodybuilding. They tell a lot of figure girls too big for physique, for figure and go push the bodybuilding. But, it's just the same that this young lady is like walking away and with a kind of a bitter taste in her mouth. But I hope better wishes for Michaela. Maybe she'll come back. Sometimes it happens. And it might mean sometimes just to relax and to chill out and just really think if you want to come back. Because like I said, some of these ladies immediately say like, this is not really a sport. It's more of a hobby for them. And like I said, it's not as profitable compared to if she was in the NBA, WNBA, or she played soccer, where you can get better sponsor and more money. But it's just bodybuilding for some women seems more of a hobby than more than a sport. Ooh, right here I have a legend. This lady, even though her career was so short, and she was like a flash in the pan, she came and gone. This is Tina Lockwood. Now Tina started in the bodybuilding in the early 90s, about the late 80s. And she was phenomenal. I mean, she was just, I think she stood about 5'9", and she was competitive heavyweight. Now, Tina had a very short career. I mean, she didn't turn pro, but she had a very short career. She competed in 91 at the Iron Maiden EPC, and she took second place as heavyweight. Then 3 years later, she came back in '94 and competed at the Jantan Amateurs. She took the first place as a heavyweight and then won the overall. And then the next year, she competed at the USA Championships, and she took heavyweight as a 10th place. And I think the last time I saw her was she was on an episode. It was a talk show called Charles Perez. And he was just one of these shock jocks in the early '90s, like the stars of guys like Geraldo Rivera and Jerry Springer and the rest of them that were popular back then. And she was part of a show with another female bodybuilder. And I remember I was watching that show and I saw how the people were treating her. I mean, I just feel like that just all you gotta do is like if you just Google Charles Perez, and you can probably find that episode. And I think this was a sign where she feel like she was gonna get out of the sport. Tina just disappeared. I mean, a lot of bodybuilders often, if they do leave the sport, you often hear them like, oh, they might work on side, be trainers, judging, stuff like that. But I hear so many stories like she got married, she was working this job, that job, but she never, reappeared in anything. I don't think she even come to the shows anymore. Tina had a great physique. She was just huge. And the thing about Tina was that a lot of people, when you think about women who are bodybuilders, you often associate deep voice, but she had a very feminine voice. All you gotta do, Tina had done a lot of videos, done a lot of photos. I mean, she's, one of those, a list of, I would say, great potential and promise. But for some other reason, I think because of the, how the sport is towards women, of muscle, her size, her abilities, there was just so much prejudice. And I think she got fed up with a lot of how people treated her, just how they just treat her like just down talk her and tell her, oh, you want to be a man. I often hear that. Many of the ladies often say that. They often say, you want to be a man. No, women are women. She wants to be treated as an athlete, as a bodybuilder. I always feel that if she stayed in a little more longer and maybe, work a little better, she probably would have got a pro card by now. And just being she was popular and she's very, if you're a hardcore fan like I am, who followed bodybuilding like as long as I have, you know who Tina Lockwood is. And she was just amazing, a legend. She could have been more in the sport. But like I said, her career was just so short. I think she only did 3 shows the entire her career. And I think, and it's just, it's just so, just so much promise and potential. Now right here I have one Miss Shannon Courtney Crawford. Now basically she just knows Shannon Courtney. Now Shannon came into bodybuilding in the early 2000s. She competed in I think figure and maybe in fitness. And then later on in her career she went up into physique. Now like I said, her first show was the Fresno Classic, where she took 8th place in the figure A class. And then by 2011, she went up to physique, and she competed at the Governor's Cup, took 11th place in physique. By 2012, she made the switch to bodybuilding, and to compete at the Contra Costa, and took first place in bodybuilding. Now, she finally turned pro after winning the light heavyweight class of the USA Championships, the NPC, and then she won the overall that same year, that same show. And then the next month, and a few months later, she competed at the Tampa Bay Pro, which took 7th place. And after that, she was gone. And that was around 2013 when she competed at the Tampa Bay Pro. And she, that was a one and only pro debut, and after that, it just disappeared. Well, I follow, like I said, a certain lot of social media sites that's dedicated to the sport of bodybuilding, and often there's still people still follow Shannon. I mean, she's very popular, and and she has done videos and photo sections. I mean, all I gotta do, like I said, Google Shannon Courtney, or go by her married name, Crawford, Shannon Courtney Crawford, and you'll find a lot of stuff on her. She has changed her look. She started out, she was very pro, non implants, no implants, but now she has implants. She has got tattoos. She does CrossFit, and from what I followed the last time, she's now, like I said, she's married. She's married, and she's now about to have a child. I believe somebody said her second child or her first. I don't know which one, but she's another one who had so much promise and potential. Now, it's I just so many, like I talked about one bodybuilder I remember I talked about before called Candy Canary. I did a video about her some time ago, and she was one of those that had promise and potential. There's so many other bodybuilders who came in the sport, who had that look, had the style, the muscle, just some genetic wonders. I mean, and just for reason or another, like I said before, it could be financial, it could be medical, it could be just the stress of the sport that decided, what, I'm gonna walk away. And like I said, with Amy, I mean not Amy, Michaela, she was one of those I thought would be maybe just a new face of the sport, and maybe especially helping the sport advance, being so young. But all three ladies have many things in common. They were young, and their careers were just so short. And as a bodybuilding fan, it's hate when I see, you know, so many great bodybuilders who had great potential and great promise just decide to walk away. Not gonna stand, you feel your feelings about how things are going and how you're being treated or just a lot of stuff. But as the fans, we just hate to see so much promise and potential just go, just disappear. You know, and often I've seen quite a few that took their time off, and then just realized that what, they wanted to come back and maybe try again or something different. You know, but like I said, it happens quite often in sport. Yeah, you see so many great hey, how you doing? So many great young ladies who come into sport and just realize that maybe it wasn't them. And you know, like I said, I hope maybe in the future I'll see Amy, Michaela come back. I don't know why I keep calling Amy. I'm thinking somebody named Amy, but I hope to see Michaela come back. I would love to see somebody. If anybody know anything about Tina Lockwood, come on, drop in my comment section, because I would love to see what she's doing now. And I hope Shannon Courtney. I hope she has a beautiful life and a beautiful baby. This is the man George Page. Like, subscribe. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.